we should be live. Alright. Welcome to the stream, guys. Can you guys hear me okay? So I'm currently going to be working on making a lightsaber preset here that you guys will be able to use. It's going to be a lightsaber scratch, so like when you hit a wall or something. So I'm gonna need to put my lightsaber effect onto here. So let's go ahead and do this. You guys can get this on my Patreon page. This is completely free. It comes with a few different options. So I'll just connect this up here. Now as you can see we have the blade. This works really nice. So I'll change my settings here. So I'm going to make it a blue blade. So something like that. I'll just leave the core color at white because that's the normal lightsaber look. Now we're going to go ahead and hook the lightsaber up here. Put it above these. So we need to make this a little bit wider, so let's just come to the border width, do something kind of like that. Alright, that's looking good. Now I'm gonna undo so now what I'm gonna do is just feed the media in. So now I can only see the pole, so this way I'll be able to get stuff lined up a little bit better. If you guys have any questions, just let me know in the chat. Now I'll put a keyframe on both these points, and I'll come forward a bit and go ahead and start animating this. So this will take a little while. If you guys have any suggestions on how to make the lightsaber scratch, I'm going to try and make it procedural, so that's going to be kind of cool. So let me know. Let's get this so it's pretty close. I mean, I guess it doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just trying to do an example. But I might want to use this. Alright, so that's looking pretty good so far. Let's bring this down. Bring this over. How is the audio on this? Does it need to go louder? Be more quiet? Anyone that's new here, welcome to the stream. I'm just working on a lightsaber preset to do like a scratch effect on the wall. I'm currently putting the lightsaber onto it using my preset. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the chat. I'll answer questions on anything Davinci Resolve. Almost got this animated, then we can start working on making the scratch. I kind of want to make it so it goes off of a point, so that it automatically draws it. Like if we can take the point 0 here, whatever point that is. I'm not sure. Let's see, which one is this? I don't know, but we'll like take one of the points, if you know what I mean, and then make it so it automatically draws it, so you don't have to go through and reanimate it. I think that'll be a little bit easier. That's kind of what I want to do with this, make it nice and easy. Alright, now we will view the media out and we can watch this. So that's looking good. What we're going to do now is add the motion blur. So let's just come into the lightsaber mask, come over to the settings and hit motion blur. Okay. There we go. And now we'll just play this. And as you can see, it adds like a nice motion blur to the effect. Okay, so now we're going to start working on the scratch. And again, if you guys have any questions about anything Davinci Resolve, go ahead and ask them in the chat. I will stop this to answer those. And it looks like we've got some new people here. We are going to be making this as a preset that you guys can download. That's a lightsaber scratch effect on the wall. So we're going to first up need to track the wall. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm actually going to take the lightsaber mask, and so what I'm going to do is add a planar tracker. Okay, and I will just select the wall. I don't know how good of a track this will get, but then we'll take the lightsaber mask, and if I hold right click on it, I'll just plug it in here and do occlusion mask. So now it won't track inside the lightsaber. But now I'll track this forward. And yeah, that messes up a good amount. And it is tracking the lightsaber. That's kind of weird. Let's view this. Yeah, that should be right. I don't know why it wouldn't be doing that. Hello. So we got chat. Do you guys have any questions or anything that I can answer? I'd be interested in doing that for you. Or any suggestions on how to track the surface, because I mean it's not that high res. So you know what we're gonna do. We'll just view this. We don't need to be looking at the lightsaber. We'll add an unsharp mask, just like this. And now if we bring the size up and the gain up, I gotta view that. It's gonna just add like a little bit more detail. So let's try and bring this up a little bit more. There we go, something like that. So we'll try that then for the tracking. And we'll just add planar tracker. And now we can just select these points. And we can put this in as the occlusion mask. Yeah, so that does not want to track that well. I probably should add added like tracking markers. Yeah, so the point tracker, it depends on how fast the lightsaber is moving. As you can see, there's not, this one it would actually work pretty good. But on some of them, if the lightsaber is moving too fast, it'll have the motion blur. So you won't be able to easily track it. So let's actually try that. I've had some requests for that, so we can just grab a tracker and select the point up here. So we'll just come up here and go like that. And we'll want this to be a little bit bigger probably. So let's try that, and then if we hit track, it's completed. That was insanely fast. And it looks like it didn't do, oh, it did a really good job actually. Look at that. It messed up right at the end here, but we can just come in here and manually adjust these last points. Hey, that was a good idea. On this one I won't be able to track the end because I don't really have a definite end point. But there we go. Yeah, that was a good idea. I like that. So then you could come into the lightsaber mask. I will just reset these points. No, that was the wrong one. Set this one to default, and then right click on this, and then do not delete all the points. Oh, so we're having that glitch again with the motion blur. So I'm just gonna undo this till it's back to normal, and we'll just go turn off the motion blur. And now if I just do set to default, I don't know why it's not removing all the points. Here, remove path 1, there we go. So now we'll just right click and then we connect to tracker one path position. So now if we view this, it should be a perfect track. There we go. Yeah, that would have been easier. But yeah, in some of them it gets kind of tricky to do, and that's kind of why I haven't done it, just because sometimes it's more work to use the tracker. Awesome. Do you guys have any suggestions for making a lightsaber scratch effect? I don't know if you guys know what that will look like. Kind of like an orangish middle, I think. And I don't know how well I'll be able to track this on, so maybe I could stabilize the clip even. So I don't have to track it on. So let's try that. I'm actually just going to come out of here. And come into the color tab. Actually, I want to go open a new timeline. So now we have the original clip. Come to color and stabilizer. Stabilize. Alright, it says, do you use After Effects? I have After Effects. I have used it. I've used it a bunch actually. But recently I've completely switched over to Davinci Resolve. I didn't like all the crashes that were happening and how Davinci is a lot faster. Plus I like the node-based workflow a lot. So that is a lot more helpful. But yeah, the Premiere Pro's had some speed improvements lately, so maybe I could look into that. I still pay for it. I'm going to be canceling that soon. But yeah, I like Davinci Resolve a lot better. Okay, dodge burn with paintbrush. Let's check this out. We have to come back to the main timeline. I'm just going to turn on dual timelines right now, which you can do up there. Also, can I do a camera lock on this? Will that work? No, it will not. So yeah, my footage isn't the greatest for this, so maybe I won't do it with video. What I can do is, if I just open up this timeline. So what I can do is come into here, into Fusion, and I'll just delete the clip. So I'll still have the lightsaber animated so that it still has like the realistic movement. And now I'll have that make the scratch. So dodge burn. What is the dodge burn? Oh, in the paintbrush, okay. So in paint, is that over here? I have not used this that much, to be honest. Wire removal tablet. What is the dodge burn thing? So the thing with the paint thing is there any way that we can make it so that we can take the points from this one and make it so it automatically draws the mask? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's see, it would probably be mask paint. Hey, we could do a, yes, in the brushes, okay. So I'm thinking maybe a mask paint effect. I think we could do it with that. I'll explain in a second. So where is that under? Because I don't see the dodge burn. Because it's not in any of these. Is it only in the mask paint maybe? No, it's not in these either. Yeah, it's not in any of these. I have the latest version. But so I'm wondering if in the mask paint we can somehow, can we somehow take this one into here? Like a path behind. Not sure I know what you mean by that. Am I just missing this? Like a path behind a moving plane. Oh, Photoshop. Yeah, that could be. I think I could use one of the brushes. So, yeah, I get that. Thank you. So I'm thinking we got to make it so, if possible, that you don't have to go through and draw it. So that might need points to do that. So I'm thinking the mask paint is the best, because if we do add points, so let's say I go through and add some points and bring up the side. I have to view it. Bring up the sides, and the stroke controls you can adjust the on animation. If there's a point on every single frame, it'll move to that point. So that's kind of what I was thinking. So trailing the movement of the saber. So that's what I was thinking. So I was thinking of taking a sphere. I'm actually gonna look at this quick. So the 3D stuff with Davinci, yes, you can do some of that. I actually like the 3D stuff a lot better inside of Davinci. I have a few tutorials on that, like how to do like FBX Mesh, which is importing like a 3D object. You can also do OBJ and a bunch of different formats. But you have like all these 3D tools up here. It's pretty powerful. So I think, what's his name? VFX Study has a whole video on what is possible inside of Davinci Resolve with Fusion. So if you guys want to go check that out, you guys can go do that. It's pretty cool. But I can bring some more 3D tutorials if you want, if you have any specific requests. So back to the thing. Okay, so what I was thinking is, yeah, an ellipse, and then have this come into here, make it white, like merge it up, and have the ellipse, and we'll attach this to the tracker as well, like that. And so now that follows it, right? So now we'll just make this super small and add a trails effect. Just like that. But the problem is whenever it like skips a frame, as you can see, it makes the dashes. Right, so hello, welcome. Some projection mapping videos. Yeah, projection mapping is really cool. Thank you. So you guys want some more projection stuff and 3D stuff? I will definitely be working on that. I have a projection mapping tutorial. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. I mean, I assume so. Do you guys know of any way that you can make it so that it will fill in all these, all the spaces? I will just set this off to the side right now and start working on a different way to do that. The frame skip effect. Oh, you do like that. But the thing is, so yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like if you're thinking like it's coming through and just like skipping around on it. But what if you want it to be solid? That's the thing that I'm wondering. I'll make it so you can do that inside of the preset. I have ways that I can do that. I can toggle stuff on. So I just need to find a way that I can attach it to a tracker, like a mask. So let's play around with this some. So if I just grab a mask paint, come up to the settings, can you make an auto brush? That'd be cool. Let's see. Here, so publish menu. So maybe, actually we can't do that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking we might have to go through, actually, would we be able, so if I take this, no, I don't think that'll work. Unless we built it into the lightsaber preset somehow. No, that still wouldn't work. Yeah, so I think we'll just have to manually go through and paint it. Seems like the best option. Have I ever used Roto Assist? I did a little bit. I didn't quite figure it out. Let's go play around with that. Let me just find a clip. So this could take a minute. Are you guys all having a good day? Alright, let's take this one. I'm just gonna do my rediscover optimized media just so it's a little faster. because I've already made it for this. Alright, let's play around with this now. So, polygon, boom. Check solid, invert. Now we can see it. So let's see, roto assist. So I'm pretty sure what this does is, it's not doing it, that's weird. Yeah, I'll just have to figure it out though, because I have not used it. Oh, wait a minute, here we go. Oh, so look at this. So if you have the tool on, it'll automatically like try and snap. Or telling you where to put the points maybe. I wonder if there's like just a way that I can make it so it automatically puts points on all of those. So that'd be kind of cool if I could do that. I will look into that, definitely. I think that'd be a really cool feature and would help me out a lot too. Screenplay. What are you writing screenplay for? That's kind of interesting. Alright, do some tutorials on how to work with animated 3D objects in Davinci, please. Maybe you even know how to add an animated model. I tried to convert to Alembic, but it is not working for me. Okay. Let's try that. So, that I have done Alembic meshes. I have a tutorial on that as well. That one's kind of expired though. And yeah, your English is just fine. You're doing great. So you said, I'll try and grab something from this website. Do you know what format the object was originally in? This is the Adobe thing, right? Yeah. Do you get this for free or do you have to pay for them? Let me log in here quick. Yeah, that's what the rotoscope thing is. So the roto assist. So I'm wondering though if I can make it so that it'll automatically add a point on each of those, because that'd be really helpful. But otherwise, it's just showing you where to put them, which I guess is also kind of helpful. So let's see. I'm looking for a character here. So let's just grab any one of these. Alright, so I'm gonna use this one here. I'll just download this. So on the settings you can do FPX for Unity, or a DAE file. So I'm just gonna do FPX, 30 frames a second. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do 24 and download that. So just give me 1 second here to get this in. Yeah, it is free if you have Adobe, it looks like. Okay, so I have a thing. I'm just gonna make a new Fusion comp. Let's see, what's the length of this? Does it show? 67 frames. I'll just do UVC. So now if I come into here and what if I just drag this into Fusion? Let's see. So it's not going to be animated. So yeah, it's not going to be animated because it's just the FPX thing. So let's grab an Alembic mesh. And I will just go ahead and grab this now. Yeah, so it doesn't look like I can import an FPX mesh. Let's just try it. See what it's going to do. It might crash it. Okay, that's not going to work. So what I'm saying is you probably get Blender. I don't know if you've used that at all, but it is a completely free program. So I have it up now. And so if I come in here, I can do File, Import, and then do FPX Mesh. And so now if I just come to my downloads, the thing that sucks about Blender is you can't just drag it in to import it if it's a 3D object. That I don't know if there's a way that you can enable that. It's just I have not figured it out, so it's kind of annoying. So now I have my thing coming in. That's cool. All right. Yeah, once you get into 3D model stuff, that it does kind of fall apart. Fusion is definitely limited to all the stuff that it can do. Let's just set my end frame here to 56. But Fusion is more directed at compositing, so you'd be taking in all the animated stuff and maybe doing like shadows and stuff like that, doing all the color correction. But yeah, anyway, so we go File, Export, and then Alembic Mesh. Okay, so I'll just name this Jumping. Okay, and I'll just do Export Alembic. So it looks like that is done. So now I'm back in Davinci. I'll just do another Alembic Mesh. I will go to that folder and open it up. And we'll see if this is going to load. I can't see anything at the moment. I don't know why. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. I was just zoomed out so far. And as you can see, we now have the animated mesh inside of Davinci Resolve. So I don't know if you've used Blender, or you can get Blender, because that'd be easy. I can make a tutorial on that, on how to import like FPX meshes animated into Davinci Resolve. But then I go ahead, add a cook tolerance node, plug it into the texture, and I will go, let's see, where's the textures? Does it download the textures automatically? Yeah, it looks like it. So I have a diffuse and normal map, which is like the bump map. So this one would be the bump. So I'll plug my media 2 into the diffuse. And now for a bump map, you need to use a bump map node and plug this in there. So now we have a really high quality model here. As you can see, it's a little bit laggy. But yeah. There you go. Hopefully that is what you're looking for. I think it is. But I'm gonna go back to working on the lightsaber thing now. I'll leave that there so that if we want to play around with it a little later, we can. So yeah, I'm thinking we'll just go through manually and put all the points on. So then what I'll do, I'll just grab a mask here. Actually, I want a mask paint. Get rid of this stuff. So let's grab the mask paint and put this into a background. And hook this all up, just like so. Alright, and then if we come up to the polygon stroke here, we can add points. So I think we'll need to do a point on every single one. We did it, Reddit, yeah. Unless, I really... What's this? There's got to be a way to do it so that you can just have it. Oh, copy polyline. What is this? What will this do? Okay, I don't think that's what we want. Select all points, show key points. So the paint tool to the background. I guess it isn't. I forgot that it's a paint tool. I was thinking because it's a mask, so you don't have to. But I just did because I'm used to it using masks. So here, could I come into the mask paint? I could. I don't want to be viewing that. I could add my first point here, and then right click and then do publish. If I did this, there we go. There we go. Now it's going. But I messed up my mask paint node before, so we'll just have to add another one. I think I figured it out. Let's come up here. Let's just add the node, right click, and then do publish. Publish to tracker run path. Boom. There we go. Actually, never mind. It's not drawing it. It's staying there. It's just not drawing it. So the brush. Can Can we make it so it draws it? Maybe. Clone, erase, smear. Oh, that wouldn't do it. I don't know. Yeah, the stuff that they have in there is pretty crazy. They have so many controls. One time I right clicked and came down here, I was like, oh wow, that's a lot of stuff that I didn't know. So let's see if we can somehow make it draw it now. Is that right? No, that's not right. I'm just gonna reset this because I keep messing stuff up. Mind blown. Alright. Let's go ahead and add that point again. Right click. Now, is there a draw function somewhere? Draw style. No, I don't think that's right. Publish. Okay, so that's on, right? And now, I don't know how to make it so that it draws and puts it on like each point. I knew I could do this. I was just thinking, wait, could I make it so it's a brush that does that? Can you publish a brush? No, you cannot. Okay, so yeah, we'll just do this manually. So let's just add mask paint. Bring that on in. Oh. I'm not doing this right. Okay, I actually don't know if you can merge this up. This isn't working. And boom. Yeah, the mask paint does need a background, it looks like. Never mind, got it. So I mean, you could just like go with it. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's add another mask paint. And hook that up. There we go. And now we'll just do the polygon stroke. And I believe we'll need to come through and put this on pretty much every single frame. So I'm just going to use my arrow keys here just to be stepping forward. So this will take a little bit longer depending on how long the composition is. That's a pretty easy task. Feel kind of bad. No, that's fine. I think it'll be kind of cool. It's a good idea. But I think the main struggle is just getting the path working, and I don't think I'll be able to do it automatic. But I mean that's fine. We'll just do it manually. So I'll just keep doing this, and that's done. So there we go. Now we have our path being drawn. So on the brush controls, we can just make this like a little bit bigger maybe, and up the softness. Alright, and so now I think I am actually going to use the background node, just because then I can change the color a little bit easier. And I like doing that. So let's make this like a bright color, something like that. And then come down and add a glow. Bring up the glow size. So I think we're also going to want to make it like kind of black in the middle. So let's grab a bitmap. How long have I been in the industry? So I have probably, correct me a second here. Yeah, so I've probably only been using Davinci Resolve for 2 or 3 years actually. It's just I spent a lot of time learning it. Here, you know, I'll just flip the inputs. I'm doing this too complicated here. There we go. because I wanted that to be behind. But yeah, I've probably been using Resolve for about 3 years and just editing in general for about like 5. Yeah, the glow does do pretty cool. But I want to put like a black line in between it. I want to see how that looks. So on my bitmap node, what I'll do is I'll just bring up the high or the low, so that just kind of shrinks it a bit. Now I'll add another background. Have the bitmap come into that. And merge this up. I want this after the glow, actually. So now I have like a black line. I'm not sure about that. So what does bitmaps do? Bitmaps are pretty powerful with the stuff that they can do. They pretty much just edit a mask. I actually don't like that. So they edit a mask. So like I can take the mask into it, and you can see it. Why is that not showing up? Bitmap. Plug this in. It has to come into the input. But yeah, so you can use it to edit a mask. So let's say I wanted to have this mask, or use this mask, but I wanted it inverted. But I didn't need it inverted on the first one that I was using it for. I'm not explaining that good, but so I could come into the bitmap and invert it. So now it's opposite. I could also add a soft edge to the mask. I can adjust the level. I can adjust a bunch of different point controls. And then the low and high is just like the luminance values. So that can be extremely helpful depending on the situation. So now we're going to make this so it draws on. So in the mask here, let's just come to the stroke controls and bring it all the way to the start. And now if I just come to the end and go like that, this should work. Not quite. Don't know why that wouldn't work, because we have the exact time. We have a keyframe on all of them for every frame, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is also something that we'll have to do kind of manually. We will have to come in here and adjust the stroke. So let's drag this out a little bit. You are welcome. The pixel plug is impressed. So I'll ask you guys this right now. So what do you guys think of like a Davinci Resolve community, like a spot that we can just all chat, share work, ask questions, a bunch of stuff like that? What do you guys think about that? Would you guys be interested in joining something like that? Yeah, so I am gonna do some smoke trails again. I'll start working on some particle simulations after this, which is gonna be kind of fun. That's something Fusion is pretty good at, is particle simulations. For all the new people that have joined the stream, I'm currently working on making a Lightsaber Scratch Effect and making a preset for it so that you guys can use it as well. Alright, so you like that idea. Let's see, can we get any more feedback about it? Alright, so now we're having a nice draw effect. So that's looking pretty good. So let's add some like sparks, I'm thinking. I think that'd be kind of cool. As long as I can lurk there though. So, do you have Discord? Because I've kind of got a little server set up with Discord. Doesn't mean suck. Yeah, I guess they kind of do have a forum, but I was thinking a spot that you can also do like voice chats and a bunch of cool stuff like that. So I have Discord, so I can send you guys an invite link if you guys would like to join that, and just help me like test it out. So let's see, I can just invite people and then copy the link. So if you guys would not mind, if you have Discord or want to get Discord, go to that link right there. And yeah, the particle simulations, that's gonna be fun. I have a 2080 Ti GPU though, so I should be able to plow through most of it. Alright, so let's see, we got some people joining. Welcome. So we do have Discord. Awesome, and I'm still working on getting all the roles and stuff set up for that, so it's just gonna be kind of an experiment. But I'm gonna start working on particles. So this is where we're gonna use that sphere thing. We're gonna be using it for where the particles are gonna be emitting from. So let's just come in here. Actually, we can use the mask paint effect to do that. Yeah, so go ahead and join that Discord server. That'd be great. So in the P emitter, I believe we can emit from a path. Let's see. Here. No, that's not it. Bitmap. Let's do a bitmap. So we have this coming in. Let's view this. So we do have the trails coming. Same GPU. Yeah, it is a great GPU. I love it. It's got a lot of VRAM inside of it. It's great. So now what I'm going to do is, because I want the particle emitter, so I have it following the path. You guys can kind of see that up top here. But it continues doing it, and I don't want it to continue. So what we're going to do is take this mask paint, and we're going to put it into a time offset node. Or a time speed, sorry. And if we bring it in here, we'll just put this in the input. We'll just have this offset. We'll just have like a little bit of a negative delay. And now how we're gonna do this. So I want this to like eat away at it. So let's grab a merge node and plug this in as the foreground, and grab a background. Have the background transparent. So now if we put this one in as the mask and do apply mask inverted, we'll have to drag that down. That's just going to add like a little point for the particles to come off of. So I think that was a success. Actually, we have to plug this in. Right, used to do music clips tutorial. I'm not sure if I quite understand what you're trying to say there with the music clips. So if you could explain that a little more, that would be awesome. I will try to answer your question. And Davinci Resolve is kind of hanging up here. What's going on? Let's put this into the P emitter. It's still trying to render it. There we go. I'll just go to the first frame just to let it catch a break. I might have crashed it. I'm not sure here. Might have to restart. Let's see. Is other stuff rendering? Yes, it is. So that means DaVinci has not crashed yet, which is good. What if we bring the number all the way down? Is that going to make it easy? Just look at my task manager here to see all my stuff spiking. There you go, you can watch that. That's not going to work. Yeah. This particle system is not wanting to load. So I'm going to restart DaVinci quick. So let's just hide that. Quit DaVinci. I'll save it. That'd be bad. Yes. Oh wait, here we go. Crashing in Fusion. Name a better duo. That is true. It used to be extremely bad. Hey, welcome to the Discord server. Let's see. Crashing in Fusion. Yeah. Can you talk about time, speed, merge, and background? The time, speed, merge, background to create a mask. So, like, why I was doing that? Is that what you're wondering? Yeah, I did save. Don't worry. I saved like 3 times before I crash it just to make sure. 65% memory, yep. I should probably close like Blender and stuff that I have open in the background. Just to make it run a little smoother. Got Photoshop open. Welcome. We're getting a bunch of people in the server. This is great, guys. Yeah, it every now and then it'll just freeze and you don't even have a chance to save it. So welcome to the server. So in the server, you guys can go ahead and just chat in the general. I will be pretty active in that. I'll try to be. Looks like Davinci isn't wanting to start up again. Does it do this for you guys too? Where you have to go back into the task manager and like force close it because it won't open? It doesn't for me every now and then. Usually when it has like crashed, and then you just close it. You don't force close it. So I just got to find it in my task manager with my thousands of processes. How'd I know? By connecting the... Okay, so just lots of experience in Fusion. I know that... I can explain it better once I get Fusion back open, so this will be just a second. And so I was using it as masks so that they'd override each other, so they'd eat away at each other. I can walk through that a little slower. There we go, I got a bunch of yeses. I'm also curious, what do you guys have? Do you guys have the studio version or the free version of Davinci Resolve? I have the studio version. Gibson Hazard. I will check that out. So let me just copy that. And I will go paste that so I do not lose it. We're not alone, yeah. This is kind of fun, guys. Free version, yep. Alright, I'm just opening this up again. I was kind of not paying attention to it, so it took a little bit longer than it needed to. Yeah, so I actually just got Studio a few months ago. Most of the tutorials on my channel were actually made using the free version of Davinci Resolve, which I think is pretty crazy. I think I got it at about the... Yeah, so I got it where I did the how to composite a realistic nuclear explosion. That's when I put that in. Or that's when I bought it, right before that. So we're back in here, and they're still rendering. So let's just delete those if I can. I crashed it. I love Fusion. You know, I was just saying before how I love how Davinci doesn't crash as much as Premiere. Now I just crashed it twice in the stream. Granted, it's the same issue, but yeah. Yeah, subscribing to Premiere. Premiere, it's pretty expensive. I personally have the studio version, or the studio license, which is $20 a month. I'm gonna have to force close this. Let me just close that again. And task. So yeah, I have Premiere, and then after a year, it went up to $30 a month, which is kind of stupid. So I want to close that. Do you guys have any other ideas for like Photoshop-like programs? Because that's the only reason that I'm staying with Adobe right now. My RAM is 32 gigabytes, so it's a good amount. I'd recommend at least 16 for Davinci Resolve and Fusion. So you have the free version. It's pretty crazy what you guys can achieve in the free version. There's a few things, like there are some speed improvements. There's the camera tracker, some color stuff. Ooh, I recently upgraded to 64 gigabytes. That's fun. I've been thinking about it. It's kind of expensive though. It'd be like $100 and some. So maybe I'll do that. I have some people supporting me on Patreon, and if you guys want to do that, go right ahead. I can send a link in the chat if you guys would like. And that's just people paying me like $5 a month, and maybe I'll use that money to do that. Okay, so Affinity Photo, yeah, I've heard of that one, and GIMP. So GIMP is free, correct? And Affinity Photo, you have to pay for, but is a little bit easier to learn, is what I've heard. Do you know how much Affinity Photo costs? $25. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. So yeah, like your question, how am I going to continue? That is a very good question, because I just opened it again and it's still crashing, as you can see right here. So yeah, that's not that good. I don't know what to do here. Just minus a few stuff like the content aware fill. Yeah, I don't really use that too much, actually. I mainly use it for just doing like thumbnails, editing some of the photos that I use in my tutorials. I guess I did use the content aware fill for that. Okay, so with Davinci Resolve here, this is kind of frustrating, especially right now, because I'm streaming. So let's just end this again. Do you guys have any ideas on how you can fix it if stuff crashes? Cause I gotta make it so it stops rendering it maybe. Affinity Photo costs $50, but it's half off right now. Yeah, so the problem with deleting the nodes is I can't. It won't let me. It crashes before I can do that. Which is annoying. So I'm kind of locked out of the project. So Affinity Photo costs $50, but it's half off right now. So maybe, do you know how long it's half off for? Let me look this up quick. Affinity Photo. Yeah, 50% off. That's cool. So Windows, $25. That's nice. I'll leave that page open, so I'll check it out. Thanks for all that help, guys. Oh, and you get a bonus too. That's kind of cool. Into the app data files. Yeah, I don't know how to do that though. Wonder if there is a way. So I'm gonna try going into this project again. So I'm opening the project now. I'll share my screen here in a second. I don't need to see my ugly desktop. Okay, here we go. So I'm already locked out. So if I just hide the media out and save it. Oh wait, I can select them. I just can't delete them. So the media out is no longer... I wonder if I could delete the media out next time, so it won't default to viewing something. So let's try that. Alright, just ending the task again. If not, I will check the app data files and see if I can make sense of any of it, but I think it's all probably like coded in a weird way. Other than that, do any of you guys have any other questions about Davinci Resolve? Because if I don't get this going up, I might just work on this later. That's until June 20th. That's a long time. Yeah, so I got plenty of time to decide. Thank you. So let's see, how many people did join the Discord server? Let's come up to the Discord. I got someone in the general chat. Alright, so I got 1, 2, 3 people that are new. That's cool. I'm gonna plan on making a video, like a full video on that soon. Just to advertise it to the rest of the Davinci Resolve community, and you guys can go ahead and spread that as well. I'll make a public invite link once I'm kind of ready. Okay, so I'm jumping back into the project now. Let's show my screen and select the media out, and I can't delete it. Okay, that kind of stinks. Sending smiley faces. I will send a bigger smiley face. There we go. Alright. So I'm gonna go play around with my app data stuff quick. I'm just gonna look into that. So I'm just gonna hide my screen and close Davinci. But if any of you guys get another question in Davinci, I will just work on this later. Fixing this later. So let me know. A 90-day trial. Do you know, will that have like a watermark or anything? I'm getting lots of Discord notifications. When yours in it. Alright. I'm just gonna mute my desktop audio so you guys aren't getting all my Discord notifications twice. Let's see. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep going, exploring the app data. Is that where it stores it? Is that bad that I don't know where it stores the files? Project server? No, that's not it. Does anyone know where it stores the actual project files? Ah, I found it. I think. I don't know. There we go. I found it. What's a good question? That is a good question. Did I miss something? Or was it a question I asked and forgot about? Okay, yeah, so I'm in the project and it's a .db file, database file. And I don't have any apps to open that. So we'll do that later. I'll probably just go ahead and recreate the whole effect. I'll have to make it so it for sure does not crash. Because that would kind of stink. So let's pull Davinci back up and I'll just go into a brand new project, and if there's no questions, I'll just play around with recreating that from scratch. But now that I know how to do it, it should be a lot easier, right? Yeah. Where the project files are stored. Yeah, so, okay. So on Windows, it would be app data, roaming, Blackmagic Design, Davinci Resolve, support, Resolve disk database, Resolve projects, user, and it's guest, projects, DRT, and then well, not DRT, that's the folder, never mind. Try Notepad. It will not open in Notepad. Maybe it will. Right click, open with. Show apps. Notepad. Open. Yeah. So let me just show you my screen here. This could be fun to figure out. Do you guys know if there's a way to search the Notepad? And I still don't want to mess something up. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff here. Yeah, never mind. This isn't gonna work. That project's done. Just deleted the project. So, no way of getting it back now. All that. Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling though it'd be in a way that I wouldn't be able to, you know, figure out what to do. Or it'd be written in a way, not just like P emitter or something like that. Okay, so we're back inside of Fusion. There we go. Been streaming for what? Is it 1 hour now? Just hit it. That's cool. So I'm gonna grab some stock footage here or something, and we can look at this. Does anybody have any questions or comments? What stock clips do I use? I have a bunch from all my tutorials. Let's grab the one that we had. Bring this one in, Sunrise. I get most of my stock clips off of Pixabay and Mixkit. Those are awesome websites for free stuff. Just need an account, which isn't the worst thing. Alright, we'll just leave it with this for now. Alright, so I'm actually going to start working on that lightsaber preset again, if no one has any questions. Okay, let's jump right into this fusion comp then. So I'll just make what do? We did mask paint and a background. I don't know why it doesn't default connect those. That's kind of stupid in my opinion. I think it should. Also kind of annoying. So let's come up here and we will just add a bunch of points like it's the scratch. Okay. So we'll do that. And in the stroke controls, we will just do this. Alright, and now let's make this like orange all the way up here. That's about the color that we had. To be honest, I'm surprised you didn't tell me Alt F4 on that. Alright. Beyond the basics, I have trouble knowing which node to plug into which input, especially when it comes to masking using mats, in the order of placing nodes in said situations. So yeah, I kind of forgot to go back to that. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, so the nodes have basic inputs. So, and they're all color coded. So yellow is usually going to be the background. Green is usually going to be the foreground. Blue is, I'm pretty sure, always the mask, except for some 3D stuff. Excuse me. So with mask stuff, all of the masks, so let's just grab a polygon, we can rectangle and ellipse, okay? And I'm just going to bring all this into a background node. So on the polygon, let's just go ahead and make like a shape. Okay. And we can see that. And then we'll put the rectangle onto it. And as you can see, that'll like add it together. But if we come into the polygon here and change the paint mode, which appears if you plug something into it, as you can see, we can adjust the different settings. So like I can just use my arrow keys to have it like subtract, minimum. And there's all these different paint modes, and you get usually, I don't know what all the paint modes do. I know like add, subtract, but some of the other ones I don't exactly know what they do. So whenever I figure it out, I'll just come in here, I'll click on one, then I can use my arrow keys to go through, and I'll just go through until I get the effect that I want. So like let's say I wanted to subtract a little bit, so I could just do minimum like that, or I could have the rectangle eat away. At it, so I would have it do this, but then I'd just come into the rectangle and invert it. Not invert, sorry. How would I do this? I come into the polygon and invert the polygon. Have it eat away at it. That's actually not the right one. I'm not getting the desired effect here. I do minimum. Yeah, a lot of it's just coming through and playing it. To be honest, I don't completely understand it. I could come through and just flip these to get the effect that I wanted. Minimum, and then let's uncheck the invert on this. There we go. That is what I want. So a lot of it's just playing around with stuff, if that makes sense. So like it just takes time, just playing around with it. So the node's coming into inputs. So something that you can that will help you with that. So let's say a cook tolerance node. Okay, that one has a ton of inputs on it, right? This is a 3D texture node. So you'd put this into like a cube or a 3D model. But like if I were to right click on any of the outputs and drag instead of left clicking and dragging, and if I let go on something, it'll bring up this like menu. Let me just get this in the view. It'll bring up a menu that has all of the different inputs. So like the diffuse, which is in 3D the main texture, the specular, which is like what happens when it has the light on it in a certain way, but all these things. So like if I were to do the diffuse, as you can see, it comes into the yellow. If I were to do the specular, it comes into the green. So you can do that on any node, which is extremely helpful. And then just playing around with stuff. That's kind of what I do to figure stuff out. So it'll take time, asking questions, see if other people know it. That's kind of what the Discord server is going to be for, is ask questions and possibly get answers, especially if we have a big community. But I'm going to go back to making the lightsaber thing here. If I did not answer your question completely, go ahead and let me know. Oh, that's how you do it. Were you wondering the right-clicking thing? Ooh, depth. All right, so now let's go ahead and we'll do that time speed thing that that we were talking about before. Just wait, I'll do that. Yeah, tutorials do. I was just doing the stream just because I felt like it, just to see if anyone else had any questions that could help them. And I was planning on making a tutorial on whatever we talked about here. So let's go ahead and do the time speed thing. So time speed node. So I'll try and explain this a little more. So I'm taking this mask, I'm putting it in here, then adding a delay on it to put it back a little bit. Okay, so now they have the exact same animation. The one's just a little bit behind. Okay. And now if I take this and take a merge node, on the merge node, how merge node works is if you want to put a mask on something, it'll only affect the foreground. The mask input only affects the foreground. So that's why I put the time speed. So that is why I put the mask paint into the foreground. Okay. And then I need a background because otherwise the merge node does not work. So I just put a transparent background into the background on it. Made it transparent, right, like that. And then I put the time speed in as a mask. So now it's going the wrong way. So inside of the merge, I'll come to the settings and do apply the mask inverted. Then I'll just play around with these settings just to get it so that it makes it look like that. Because of the soft edge, it kind of throws it off. Big question. Here we go. Unclear. The basic bitmap node confuses me because it has multiple different inputs. I don't know when it should be an input. Yeah, so I see what you're meaning here. I hope I explained that well. I think I explained that before you didn't see that when you sent the message. So let me know if that kind of cleared it up at all. So yeah, let me know if that helped. But yeah, so now it grabs this like little spot, and now if we grab the P emitter, let's hope this does not crash. And just to be safe, I'm not going to be hooking it up to the merge this time. just so it won't crash. So let's just take the media out and just totally disconnect that so that we can merge these up here. All right, sorry about that. Thanks for the explanation. No, yeah, no problem. No need to apologize. If I did not say that right, please let me know. I want to help you. And yeah, thank you. So let's see here. So I'm not gonna hook it up because when you open up Fusion for the first time, it's not gonna default to any of these nodes. It's gonna default to the media out. So if I do crash it, it's not going to crash again because I can delete the nodes before it views them. So I guess that's a tip. I just learned that the hard way, unfortunately. So don't put anything into the media out until you guys are done with it. So let's just merge all this up now. Now we can view this and that'll be just fine. Then in the P emitter, I'm going to make the region to the bitmap. And if the render did not come into the merge correctly, here, just wait. Okay, sorry about that. So we have it. What was I saying? So if the render did not come into the merge correctly, and it wouldn't merge up, it's because your render 3D has the output mode set to 3D. And you want that to be 2D if you're not going to be using a 3D camera, render node, and all that stuff. So now I'll plug this in, and hopefully this will not crash. It's looking just fine so far. So now if we just look at the P-render solely, as you can see, it is making a trail. And it's not spawning any extra particles, which is exactly what we want. Fusion has a million little things. Yes, it does. It has so much stuff. I don't think you can ever learn everything inside of this software. It is crazy and limitless applications. But now, so we're going to go through and add some gravity to this, which is fun. So directional force. And now as you can see, as all this stuff comes up, it falls down. I think that's a little fast. So do something like that. In the P emitter, let's go ahead and change this to blob. Change the points to blob. So now we can see those. And now we can bring the size up. So something kind of cool like that. Yes, it is particle time. Been looking forward to this. I can see my computer stress out. Here, you know what I could do? I could pull this up, leave it off to the side here for you guys. Nope, that's not the correct thing. Here we go. And I think I could do it as a window capture, so you guys can see my computer processes. Yeah, there we go. Now it's working. Boom. How's that look? There we go. So now you guys can watch my computer struggle here. I think I could even minimize that. Yeah, that's cool. So there you go. Now I can watch my process. So actually, does it freeze the window? No, it does not. Okay. Wouldn't the particle direction be more up and to the left? So what do you mean up and to the left? Are you talking like this direction here? Because I'm just trying to have it like gravity. Like having the particles come down. Not exactly sure what you mean by that. Let's also add a turbulence node in. P turbulence. That'll add a little bit of variation. There we go. So we don't want the lifespan to be quite as long with this, I don't think. I mean, if you guys would like that, you guys can adjust that pretty easy. So let's just make it like a few frames here. This is kind of supposed to be like a subtle effect. What is my CPU? My CPU is the Ryzen Threadripper, the 2990X, I believe. It has 16 cores, and then it is 3.5 gigahertz base speed. It's a second gen, but it is great for Davinci. If it's gravity, then it's fine. So what were you thinking for the effect? I might just be missing something or a good idea here. I'm also going to add a fade out onto this here, so the particles just look a little bit better. I'm also going to make them almost like explode a little bit. So actually in the turbulence, if I just crank this up, it should... something like that. There we go. I mean, that's looking pretty cool. I like that. It's not exactly following gravity, but it looks cool. That is a beast, the Threadripper. Yes, it is. It is amazing. Have you guys seen the new ones? The 64 core edition? That's crazy, and it's faster than the one I have. I think it costs like $2,000, but man, that's packing some power. Whenever Star Wars has sparks, yep. Alright, so I'm just gonna use the color picker here to set the color of the particles. And for some reason that's not working. That's weird. Let's do this manually. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and add a glow to this. Up the glow size. So something like that. That's a particle direction, I imagine. Oh, okay, so this is how you were thinking as what the directional force was going to be doing. So this looks good to you. I'm just making sure, because I'd like feedback, because I want to make this a preset for people that you guys would be able to use. It was the Pixel Pug's idea. So I'm wondering, should I use a different node? So I'm going to take the turbulence off for a second and use the, I think it's a void node? Yeah, the P of void. And have this be a bitmap as well. There. So now if I bring like the, not distance, like the strength up, will this make the similar effect? No, it is not. How would I get this to do that? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the turbulence node. And we could even make it, so let's do when inside a region, and the region is bitmap. And boom. So now once it's outside of the spot, it'll have the correct gravity. How's that look? You guys like that now? After the bitmap and the turbulence. I'm wondering though, can we adjust these settings a little bit? Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I don't know. What do you guys think? So I'm just going to let this render out. I need a drink. I've been talking too much. So I will be right back. So just give me a few seconds here. So I'm just going to mute my mic and I'll be right back. I'll just let this render here so you guys can watch that. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Got some water now. I like that animation. I think it looks pretty good. I think we'll need to add like a little bit of noise to the glow. Maybe like some burn marks like you guys were saying. So I think we'll do some of that. It's getting kind of warm in this room. My computer is really heating it up. So let's go ahead and do that. Do you guys still want the task manager thing? I can make it a little smaller, just out of the way. I don't know if you guys want to watch that. I thought it'd be kind of funny. All right, so let's go ahead and add like an erode going on to this. So I'll use a fast noise, which is similar to the, I love it. He's using 84% of his memory. Yeah, it looks like I need to upgrade. Okay, yeah, so the bitmap node. I should have explained that. So, the bitmap is almost just like a term. So it's like an input. So, I wonder if there's like a definition of bitmap. So, pretty much the bitmap, the definition of that in Davinci Resolve is just like a white and black value. So here, bitmap, representation. Oh yeah, never mind. But so you pretty much just put like a white or black value in. So let's say I have this and turn it to white, okay? And essentially right now all this transparent stuff is black. But this could be used as a bitmap. I could just plug this in and it would emit from the spot. So white would be more intense, like it emit more particles, and black it would emit 0 particles, and then all in between. All right. Slow down with the fast noise. Okay, I definitely will. Let me know if that explained it. So you could even put an image into the bitmap, and it'll actually use that. So like in the emitter, if I come to the bitmap and put an image into it, I guess it's not just a white and black value actually. So let's just grab this. I'm gonna set up a quick example here. We'll come back to that. I just want to explain this question. Now it's a bit too small. It's impossible to read. Okay, I'll put it like that. How's that? There we go. So a P emitter, so I'll do the region and set that to not B0, bitmap. Okay, and I also need a render 2D node. Okay, so now I'm in the 3D viewport, which I guess is fine. Actually, let's just set this to 2D. That's how you would change it, in case you were wondering. So now if I plug the image into this, as you can see, why isn't this not working? Let's put this back to 3D, so I can look around. Okay, that is working. There we go. Now it's going. So as you can see, it's going to be exporting from the media in is just like the region. So if there's any color value, it is going to be exporting from that. But what you can do if it has color is come into the P emitter, come over to the main tab, and then the color, and then use color from region. And as you can see, you can kind of see if I bring the number up, let's just bring this up to like 2000. That's when my computer is going to start sweating. As you can see, it's like emitting the image. Okay. I don't know if I explained that well. I wonder. Let me just look this up. Okay, so if you look it up, a channel called CB Super has a tutorial on that. I have not watched it, so I do not know how good it is. But I have watched some of his tutorials, and he's pretty good, so I go check that out. If you still need some more about bitmaps, he has it looked like a 16-minute tutorial. So we'll do that. Okay, so slow down with the fast noise. Let's do the fast noise now. Just delete this. So inside the fast noise, we will. So I'll try and explain what I'm doing with all of it. This can be used for Marvel finger snap effect. Yes, it could be. You could definitely do that. Using the info from the region. Thank you for the bitmap. Yep, you're welcome. I hope that was okay. I don't feel like I explained it that well, but you can go check that video out. So in the fast noise, what I'm going to be doing is making an erode map. So there's the tool, if I just do it, erode/delete. And if I put something in it, it'll start like eating away at it. So this is another like example of the bitmap actually. This fast noise we're going to be using as a bitmap, or kind of like a bitmap. It's going to technically be using as a mask, but it's the same concept. And so what it is wherever there's white, it'll like eat away at the, in this case, the line more, and where there's black, it will not. So in the fast noise, I want a bunch of detail. So I'll just bring the detail up to 10, okay? And then I'm going to do some more contrast. This is just to give it a certain look. So I'm going to do something kind of like that. Then if I bring the scale up, we'll just bring it up to about like that. I want to bring the brightness down so there's not as much. And I'll probably put this at more like 30. Okay, so it's nice and small. And the seethe, so you can adjust the seethe, which is like the evolution, if you're an After Effects user. And the nice thing about this that After Effects doesn't have is it has the seethe rate. So this is a way of doing the evolution without any keyframes. So if I were to just bring this up a little bit, as you can see, it is animating. So I don't have to go through and animate the seethe on this one. But I'm just going to leave that at 0. And now if I put this into the erode/delete and bring the amount negative, as you can see, it like eats away at the saber mark. And that's all dependent on the amount of detail, the amount of contrast, and all that. So I want the size to be a little smaller yet, so I'll do 50. And now the erode is up too much. So something like that. And what we can do with this is make it so it only affects the glow. And so how we're going to do that is have the mask paint come and as an effect mask into the fast noise. And so since the glow, and then what we'll do is invert it actually. There we go. So now it is not affecting the mask paint node, anything that's inside of that, but it is affecting the glow because that's after it. If that makes sense. And we could make it affect the glow if we wanted. We could even come into the fast noise. Actually, it does not have the mask controls as much, but what we could do is add a bitmap node. This is one of the situations that you would use that. And then adjust the high and low stuff here. So it eats away at it just a little bit, and add like a soft edge. So there we go. Now it'll just eat away at the core a little bit, and not like just right smack in the middle, which I did not like because it did that. Now that looks awesome. Thank you. So let's try and add some smoke particles now. Now this is where it's going to get fun for my computer. Also, I'm wondering, could we make it so it like fades away after a little while? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Let me just think of how we'd do that. I'm gonna try and do that. I think that'd be pretty cool. And we'll use the same method up here with the time speed, but just more of a delay. So I'm gonna set this background, yeah, that is transparent. And we will put the mask into this one. So let's go ahead and add the time speed node. Bring the mask paint into this. And a little tip for you guys, I don't know if you knew this, but if you hold down Alt and click on any of the pipes, you make what's called a pipe router. So it's just this node, it does nothing except for help with organization. So you can add as many of those as you want. So that's kind of cool. I did not know that for a long time, and now it's a lot nicer. Delete a few nodes. I assume you meant delete. To save memory. Is that what you meant? Or disable? Disable a few nodes to save the memory. Okay. I don't... What am I doing pretty bad right now? I think it's moving just fine, right? Or like running just fine, so I think it's fine. Head spins with all the masking. I don't know why my head can't get it. You're awesome with it though. Alright, thank you. But the mask stuff is very complicated. And like I said, I've been using Davinci for a pretty long time. So it's just a lot of practice. So I think CB Super also has a masks tutorial. He's got a bunch of cool content, so I'd totally recommend going to check him out. Keep getting messages here from you guys on the Discord server that the account is unclaimed. That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna go back to working on this now. So the fade. So what I'm gonna be doing is taking this time speed and then just adding a ton of delay. So I'll do like that. So now it'll just start coming on at the end here. And now we will use this as a mask into the merge. And invert the merge. Or apply the mask inverted. And we'll need to expand the mask somehow. So how we'll do this... Let's go ahead. Actually, no. We're doing this wrong. So we want to put this on before the glow. So what I'll do is I'll take this background again and merge it up here. Just so we don't have to make a second background because it's transparent. And that'll have less nodes then. And our setup's getting kind of confusing here. So, yeah. And now we will put the mask into this one. So I accidentally deleted my time speed node. Can go ahead and delete these. Put this over on the side here. And hook that up. That mask paint node is being used a lot for this. Oh, check out CB Super. Yep, CB Super is pretty cool. He's commented on a few of my videos. That's actually how I found him. Alright, so time speed. Let's view this then. And then just add a bunch of delay. So I think it was like 70 frames. I'll do 65. And now inside this merge, we need to apply mask inverted. There we go. Now it's not quite fully taking it away, so let's do what we did before, like that. And then we can add a soft edge. So actually no, we got to take away the soft edge, if anything. So here's what I'm going to do, is inside of this mask paint, is we have the soft edge, the softness on the brush, right? And I'm going to remove that completely. I don't know why I didn't update that. I'm pretty sure it changed something. Aha, did Fusion crash? Looks like Fusion crashed again. Not having a good day, but if it is something like that I can't delete, again, I have it set up so that won't happen. So let me just hide my screen again here. I'll check the display capture. I also have to undo that one now. And I will force close it so I don't have to. Why can't I open my task manager again? Accidentally just closed it. Okay, I just gotta find Davinci Resolve. I'm sorry about this, that it keeps crashing. Hopefully, the next versions will fix this. Right, and now I just have to open it again. Fusion. Still got 10 people watching. Does anyone else have any questions that aren't related to this topic? She's opening up again. I'm gonna go ahead and pin that message on the Discord. Why can't I pin this actually? I should be able to do this. Maybe I have to be on the actual user side. Might get duplicate audio here for a second. Maybe not. Okay, I can't see it. I'm just going to resend the Discord link, and then I will pin it. So let me just grab the link again. Just for all the new people that are joining. I will make it so that this link never expires. So if you guys have any other people that use Davinci that you know might want to come into the group, go ahead and go to that link. Thank you guys. Welcome. I got some more people. I'm glad that I resent the link. Let's go ahead and pin it again. or see if I can. It wasn't letting me before. I didn't even have the option. I don't know why that wouldn't work. Let's just pause that, and yeah, I can't pin the comment. Huh. That's weird. Usually you can do that. So I'll just send it every now and then. So usually I enable proxy and disable high quality during flow development. It improves development performance and enables it back. And then you enable it back to do small refinements. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's my big task manager. Let's just fix this. There we go. Okay, so I have Fusion back up. Let's jump back into the composition. See if it crashes again. Trying to load this. Actually, it won't be loading it. But now let's try previewing this just to see what's going to happen here. And it's not coming up. So something with what we have set up here is messing it up. So let's just delete some of this stuff. The mask paint. If I click on this, I cannot get in to do any of the controls. So I'll just delete that and go ahead and make a new one, just so I don't have to crash the project. And yeah, it's pretty easy. So now I just got to remember where this all went into. So I went into the time speed, went into the merge, and went into the background. There we go. Now let's just come up here. I'm going to not be viewing this because the particle emitter is going to be getting messed up then. Now let's view one of these backgrounds. And it's already messed up. This is going great, guys. Maybe this won't be a preset that I'll easily be able to make. I don't know if the proxy would help with this, just because it is just mistakes or bugs in Fusion. So yeah, we'll see. I just had 100 playbacks, guys, on the stream. That's pretty cool. I'm actually just going to leave the task manager thing off now. If you guys want to know, I guess I could put it back up. It's just, I don't know if everybody else would like it. So, let me know. Where is the streamer mode in Discord? Is it bad I don't know this? Do you just have to go into settings to do it, or is there an easier way? I feel like there should be an easier way than going into the user settings and doing it. Oh, I can set a keybind to do it. Okay. That's cool. Now can it start to feel bad? For what? For me? Yeah, go right ahead. Does anyone else have any questions? So anyways, we can go back to discussing like the fade out effect. I don't know about having it completely fade out, maybe just like dim it a little bit. So we could even have like a color corrector so that just like desaturates it, brings down the brightness. So it's still there because it's still going to be leaving an effect. And I accidentally viewed this, so I just messed up Fusion again. I think I fixed it. There we go. There we go. We're up. Up and going. Okay. How do you feel about doing a video on macros and expressions, the super complex stuff? Yeah. So I don't know that much about expressions. I've looked into it. There's been a bunch of people making videos lately. I just watched one today. I think it's William Justice, I believe. That made a video. And that was kind of cool. He has like a whole cheat sheet for it. There's a bunch of stuff on how to make counters, but pretty much all you need to know is that the expressions use math. Like you can do any math in here. So like on the, let me do something that's not gonna get wrecked. So like on the alpha, if I do expression, I can come in here and I could do like 2 times or plus time, okay? So now whatever the time is, as you can see, the alpha is 2 because it's 0. But if I come up to 1, it'll be 3. Okay, so that's messing this up actually. So let me just undo that. So let's grab like a transform node, just so I can explain this. Plug that in like that. Boom. Okay, so now on the transform node, on the angle, I can do expression and then just do time. Okay, so now as you can see, it'll just be rotating based on the time. So at 45 frames, it's at 45-degree angle. At 360 frames, it'd be at a 360-degree angle. But then I could come in here and do like, let's see, times 4. Okay, so now as you can see, it's going to be going a lot faster. I could even come in here and do like divided by 1. Okay. And then you can also do stuff, so let's see. Let me just try some here. Okay. So like if I were to come in the size, I could do expression. And I could just type angle here. And now it'd be anything that the angle is. So I mean that's obviously way too big. So we could come in here and do divided by like 50. Or I'd have to do it divided by 20, like something like that maybe. So now it's a little bit slower. So I mean that's kind of cool. But yeah, there's some dedicated tutorials out there. It's kind of complicated. I don't know if I'm gonna get into that on my channel, but as you can see, that's just some simple stuff, and you can do some pretty cool stuff with that. You can also like link nodes. So like the way I always do it, I'm just gonna grab another transform node here, is I'd pin it, then I'd open up the second one, and then let's say I wanted this size to be the same as this one. I just right click to expression and then drag the pick whip up to the size. So this is how it works. So like transform 1.size, but I could also change this to transform 1.angle. And now that would be going with the angle on the other one. I could also do dot, let's see, aspect. So that's going to be 1 until if I keep this pinned, as you can see when I change the aspect here, it'll change it down at the bottom one as well. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it is pretty neat. Yep. Alright, so let's go back into this. I'm going to get my mask paint, and I'm going to remake my mask. So let's do that. And let's go ahead and add a stroke. And theoretically, this is a different mask, but this is good testing. It should update it. Let's just go to the beginning frame so it's a little easier. Looks like it might be messed up, which kind of stinks. So here what we could do is delete the P emitter and add another one in. It's not like we had too many settings changed in that. Turbulence as well. So now in the emitter, I will just change the region to bitmap. Boom. So is this working now? No, it is not. So I don't know why this stuff keeps getting messed up. I might not be able to make a preset just because of that. You might just have to go make it yourself. But if you mess up the mask paint, that messes it up. But what I was going to do is add a bitmap after this. So let's just do that now. Have it come in like that. I feel like it's something with this merge node here that's messing it up. Let's just disable this. Because I can't see the merge node. So that could be a bad sign. Oh, yeah, I don't need a mask on the background. That's my issue. Okay. So now, theoretically, it should work. It's not loading it, which kind of stinks. So let's just add another P emitter. Again, this could just be like a bug infusion that I found. And hopefully it'd be something that they'll fix fast. Yeah, so I think it's definitely something with the mask paint node. Because I can't see this merge. Or the time speed. Could it be the time speed node? That could very well be. Because the delay on it. So like, yeah. Yeah, because it plays after... Ah, there we go. Look at the delay. It's at 3.5 frames. That could be messing it up because it's not even number. Hey, CB Super, what's up? I just gave a shout out to your channel, actually. How's it going? All right. So yeah, what we're working on is making a lightsaber scratch effect. I don't know if you saw my lightsaber preset video, but we're trying to make a lightsaber scratch effect that'll like draw on. It's not quite done yet, but that's what we're working on. And if you have any suggestions, that'd be great. We're trying to do some particle stuff right now, but it keeps messing up, and I'm not sure why that is. You don't have the upload bandwidth. Yeah, I'd look forward. I'd watch them if you did them. That'd be cool. I don't even have that much bandwidth on my network. Alright, so the particle thing is actually coming in now. It's not just freezing up. So that's working. So let's come and make this a blob. Then bring the size up again to 5. And then make the color the correct orange. Let's just view all this. And yeah, I forgot this doesn't work. I don't know why the color picker isn't working. I noticed that in a different node too. Alright, is the particle going to p-spawn? No, it is not. I'm not doing a p-spawn. I am just using a p-emitter. Because the spawn node, yeah, I think I can do it all in the p-emitter. Because I had it working. It's just when I was messing around with the mask paint, it messed it up. The Pixaplug getting credit. So now we got to get the turbulence working again. So I should just be able to plug this in. There we go. We also need the lifespan to be down. We had all this set up, but then it crashed. And I've had to remake this like 3 times now. So that's too long, in my opinion. So there we go. That's looking good. So this is how it's supposed to be set up. So we have like the mask paint node, which just has a line and has the write-on effect going into a bitmap, which I'm going to be using for later. And then merge node, or it's taking a delayed version of it and using that as a mask on the normal one, so that it just gets like a little spot for the particles for the spawn region. It's kind of a cool setup. Now what we're doing is once we had all the particles done, we're working on getting like the erode effect going on. And now looking back on this, I think it's a little too intense. Oh, you know what? That's why I forgot to plug this back into the bitmap here. So that has to go into the main one, so it doesn't erode the center. There we go. Okay, so now let's work on the fade off effect. So just like a subtle one. So I'm thinking maybe like a color corrector. I think I'd said that before. So if I grab the color corrector, put it right there. And I can just play with this. So if I like bring down the gain a little bit like that, that'd be kind of cool. And have it just slowly do that. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and do this. So what I'm going to be doing is using the time speed again. So time speed. And I'm gonna take the mask paint directly and put this directly into it. So on the mask paint, this is where it crashed last time. So let's hope it doesn't do it again. So I'm just gonna hide all this so that we only view the mask paint node. And what I wanted to do was make the brush controls and make it so it's not soft at all. There we go. It didn't crash that time. That's good. Then we'll take the bitmap, and inside the bitmap node, we'll add the softness. Okay? So now if we view this, let's see if it'll work. Let's come to the beginning frame so it doesn't have to render as much. And it looks like it's getting a little hung up. That's kind of unfortunate. Let's see, is it working as of the merge? Looks like it. I don't know why it keeps getting hung up like this. Must be just some bug in Fusion, like I said. Let's just check time speed alone, maybe. I'm wondering if it's something because the mask is coming in, but it has four frames delayed. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to pause this. And let's just merge this up with the background node, make this transparent. So we'll see if that'll fix it. It looks like I'm going to have to restart Fusion here. So I'm just going to hide my screen again, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. What are you using for screen cap? OBS. Yes, I'm using OBS. It is nice. I love it. Okay, I don't know if I cut out there. I just got a notification from OBS saying that I was disconnected, but I'm reconnected, so that's good. So I don't know how much you heard what I was saying. So for the screen cap, I'm using OBS. And I'm just going to send a chat message. Okay, so anyways, I just sent that just in case any of you guys had issues back then. I'm using OBS, and you can do, when recording, 2 separate audio tracks. So let's say I'm doing something that has audio in it, like recording a tutorial. Well, I can have my desktop audio in a separate track inside of Davinci Resolve that's separate from my microphone, so I can mix those different. So that's something that I really like about OBS, and just the high quality videos it produces. What software do you use? Three or 4 times during a tutorial, yep. Yeah, getting in some of the advanced Fusion stuff can be, you find a bunch of bugs. I didn't hear nothing when it freaked out. Yep, that's what happened. So, it just said it disconnected, and then it said it was attempting to reconnect. So. Oh, hear anything different? Okay, I don't know. Davinci is almost back up here. I forgot that I have to force close it in Task Manager, so it took a little longer. And I do also have like over 200 projects that it needs to load, so. So yeah, CB Super, I'm curious to know what your workflow is with tutorials, like how you do them, like your planning, all that stuff. And I mean, you might not want to share that, so that is totally fine. Probably shouldn't have viewed that. It's gonna mess it up again. I'm gonna just go ahead and redo the whole particle system completely. And I might even have to do the mask system. So I'm going to restart Davinci Resolve again. Unfortunately, I just got it back up. Also, if you move too quick, the RAM can't always keep up. That's the cause of most of my crashes. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I move pretty quick in Fusion, so maybe I'll try that. But yeah, my workflow usually is I just, you know, I get my tutorial idea. I'll play around with it for a little while. Like that's kind of what I'm doing today. And then I'll record it, edit, and then upload. I'm guessing yours is probably pretty much the same. What about you guys? What's your cause of most crashes? Like CB Super says it's RAM, or it can't keep up. Okay. That's a cool workflow. Yeah, it looks like you spent a lot more time in it than me. I usually do everything first take. There's a good amount of editing that goes into it afterwards, of course. I just find that easier and it takes less time. But your tutorials are so smooth. I love them. I am a subscriber. Okay, so we are back in Fusion now. What to view? What's gonna mess it up? So let's just try with the mask paint. That's working. There we go. And now do a bitmap. That's working just fine. Let's go ahead and view the time speed. That works. That's working. Now merge it up. That is not working. So something in this is making it mess up. If you watch my old videos, yeah, they were mostly first takes. Yeah, I might start putting some more work into my tutorials. Now that I have some more people. Whoa. Look at that. Save project as. So I have a shortcut on my mouse that does Control Save. And I accidentally also clicked my redo button, so Control Z. And so if you do Control Z and then S, no, that's not right. I don't know. I just, on my mouse here, it is redo. So let's check this. Edit command. Control Shift Z. So if you do Control Shift S, it does the save as. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. The merge has one input, and it is masked. Yeah, I'll try and recreate this. So let's just delete that, make sure it's still working. So I'll take my time speed, and we had a 4-frame delay on this at 44. Put this in, so that's working. So it's 4 frames delayed. Then we'll need a transparent background just to merge it up, just in case this is the thing that's causing any issues. Don't know if it is, but might be. And then we want all of this. We'll also use this transparent background, merge it up again, have that coming in as the background because masks can only affect the foreground. And then we'll have the bitmap come in as a mask onto that. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This comes in as the mask, and the bitmap comes in as the foreground. So now if we view that, come into the merge, go to the settings, apply it inverted, and then just bring that down. This has to be up just a little bit. Something like that. So now we have the emitter area. So I mean, that's working now. That's good. So now let's go ahead and redesign the P emitter system. So let's grab my emitter, grab a render, and we'll start with this for now. We'll set this to 2D. And set the region to bitmap. And hook that up, see if it's working. And yes it is, it's leaving a nice particle trail. So let's set this to blob. Bring the size all the way up to 5. And give it a nice orange. There we go. Let's merge it up so we can start looking at this, the final product. I forgot about the color corrector. There we go. That's a little better. Now we'll go ahead, add directional force for the gravity. And bring this up a little bit because I didn't like how intense it was. And then we need turbulence. And I had all of these maxed out. And I believe I had it set to when inside region. If that was not right and one of you guys caught it, please let me know. But then I hooked that up. And let's see, is it working? Looks like it is. Okay, so now let's set the particles lifetime. Lifespan, here we go. So let's see, 19 frames. So I don't know, have any of you guys watched my when, why, and how series that I'm trying to do? So it's like when to use a certain node, how to use a certain node. No, well, why you would use that instead of a different one, and then how to use it. I'm working on one for the P emitter right now. And I was wondering if you guys wanted me to continue that or not. I wasn't quite sure about it. It's not getting quite as many views as normal videos. I guess one of them did actually, but this isn't looking quite right. I think I need a little bit more of a lifespan. I'll recognize it here. That's looking better. I think I need the glow on now for it to look right. Let's bring up the glow size, the glow amount. And we'll flip the inputs on this again, so it's coming in as the background. I don't know why that didn't work. Let's put that at screen. There we go. That was something I noticed when making my last tutorial. That needs to be set to screen when doing particles over stuff like that. Okay, I don't feel like this turbulence is quite strong enough. Or I wonder if it was one intersecting region. That looks right. Yeah, that's true. And you just gotta like get a certain node that a bunch of people watch to find out about the series. So I think I'll continue it for now at least. So how's that particle simulation look? More particles, less particles, more lifetime, less lifetime, so on. While you guys respond to that, I will go ahead and start working on the next part. So why I did the bitmap so it has the soft edge after it is because I did not want the soft edge on the color corrector. So I'll take my mask paint here and put that into the time speed. And we wanted a big delay on this. So let's do 50 or like 45 frames, okay? And now this is going to be the mask on the color corrector. So if I drop the color corrector on, we'll put that in as the mask. Okay. No, that wasn't the mask actually. That's why it's not doing anything. Effect mask. There we go. So now we'll have to figure out how to do this. So it completely covers it up. Right. Time to play around with this. This is the fun part. Oh well, YouTube wisdoms. Okay, let's add a bitmap node. I guess we can have it there if we want. Let's add like a soft edge. So we'll do that. I guess it'll just have to be a little bit more. Let's see, how can we expand the mask? Does anyone know a way to expand the mask easily? I think ranges. Isn't that one of them? Isn't that a mask tool? I think it is. I want to say that it is. Yeah, there we go. So now we can use this to expand the mask. But we need to invert it. There we go. That's looking good. That's frozen though. Oh no. Can I glow or use expand? Is that expand? Where's the expand at? Am I just missing this? I wonder if that'd be faster than the ranges effect. I don't know where the expand is though. Is that just using like the erode and then doing it opposite? Because I could do that actually. Here. Erode. I'll have it come in here. And now if we just view that, as you can see, if I bring the amount up, it'll just expand it. So there we go. 0.2, that's way too much. Let's just drag this down. Okay, I want some less soft edge on here maybe. Just like a little bit there. I want more, but at the same time I want less. So maybe if we were to just bring this up a little bit more, like 0.015 or 2. I meant to say 5 there. So I'll add like a little bit more soft edge. There we go, something like that. Okay. Map control expand. Oh, it is a road delete. Okay. The map control, I forgot about that node. There we go, that's where it is. It's like right on the toolbar too. Thank you for that. I'm just gonna use the road because I have that set up now, so if that is working, but it does glitch. No, it's not glitching at the beginning anymore. So I'm just gonna let this render here. This could take a second, so we can get a real-time playback. So I'm just gonna take a quick break, go to the bathroom. I've been streaming for like 2 hours here, so I'll be back in a little bit. I'm just gonna make a little message here, like a text message. There we go, just so other people know. So I'll just be like, I will be right back. There we go. I'll make the W capitalized too. It was a very professional stream, guys. Okay, I'll just put this like in the center, close. Okay, so I'll be right back, guys. And thank you that I've earned it. All right, I am back. So something I just forgot to mention to you, CB Super. I don't know if you're still here, but I was wondering if you'd be interested in joining our Discord server that I made. A bunch of the people in the stream have already joined, but it's going to be a Davinci Resolve community. So we can just go ahead and like share work there, ask questions, help people out. I think there's a link up in the chat always. I can resend it. But that'd be great, and I could give you like a YouTube ranking, and you could promote it on your channel as well, and just see how many people we can get in that. So let me know if you're interested in that. I'll send that to you. I've not got all the ranks set up, so it might be a little while for that. Alright, so how's this looking, guys? The fade off effect. I feel like it's like coming on too fast. So should we add like should we make it like a lot slower? Maybe 0.2 speed. So now if we play this, it's gonna have to render again. Never Discorded before. So yeah, you'll need an account for that. I'll send you the link here. So I'll let you know when to like publicly. Here, wait, I just gotta set this. I'll just make a temporary link. So I'll let you know when to like advertise it, because it's not ready for everybody yet. I was just trying to get a few people on to test it. So that's nice. There we go. CB Super, welcome. So yeah, whoops. I'll get all that set up. I'll let you know when to like release that if you're even interested. You don't even have to do that. That's totally fine. But now we have this rendered, so I like that fade off effect. Do you think that you can kind of, see it a little bit? Do you think it needs to come a little earlier or later? I'll wait for you guys to see this. I think I might want it to start coming on just a little bit sooner, so I just remove some of the delay. I'm actually going to do that, so if you guys don't think, I'll just revert it. So let's see, get it to something like that for right now. And I'll go ahead and start rendering this out. Alright, you like it? I am going to make it a little bit shorter here still. I think this gives it kind of a cool effect. I did notice though. Why is it like... Oh wait, that's not the time speed node. But the time speed node starts with it there. Oh, that's because my frame is negative. I can't have negative. It needs to be positive. Whoops. So just do something like that. I like it. What else should we add to this? We're just thinking like a little bit of smoke and burn marks. So we can go ahead and do that. Let's just come back. Yeah, I like that. It's just like a subtle effect. It's kind of cool. I'm actually going to speed it up a little bit more. Okay, we'll do something like that. There. Okay. Now for smoke animations. This will be fun. That was sarcastic, of course. So we can use like the same inputs. We'll use a P merge. Boom. And I'll have another P emitter come in. Just have this come up here, so that's easier to bring in. And we'll have this set to the region, or the bitmap. The region set to bitmap. Okay. So now as you can see, we're making another trail of particles here. And let's see, we're going to need a lot of particles, and for this one we'll want a directional force to bring it up. So let's do 90 degrees. So now all of the particles should be going up, and we want a nice low speed for this. Looks like the stream's dropped some viewers. How many of you guys are still here? I see the Pixel Pug. Of course. Alright, now that that's done, we kind of messed this up here. Or the fusion messed it up. We'll go ahead and add some turbulence. It's not adding it in the direction that I want. It's frustrating me. But anyways, let us set this to blob. And this size we'll bring up again to about 5. Oh, so we can't render this in the same pass because of the glow. We don't want the glow on the smoke. That is okay though. We'll just add another P render. Hook this up and merge it up. Alright, we'll set the color to black. Why can't I see this now? Ah, there it is. Oh, because I'm not viewing that merge, duh. And we'll also put the, what is it, P-follow? Or flock? I think it's flock. Let's do flock. And then just bring the number strength up, the follow strength up, and the attract strength up. We gotta just find like the nice balance between these. So we want this to kind of like group the smoke together a little bit more. We'll make the particles bigger. This is just gonna be a lot of playing around here. There we go, something closer to that maybe. That's looking kind of cheesy, but kind of cool at the same time. So let's add some color variants and just the alpha variants. Actually, no, that's not what we want to do. We want to make it like a gray color almost, then do the variants. There. So now we have a few different colors of smoke, which is kind of cool. Alright, how is that looking? And I don't know if the smoke needs to be quite as intense. Again, that's also like personal opinion stuff. But I mean, I think that's looking pretty cool. What do you guys think? Let me know. Could even add more of them. Get like a thicker smoke in here. Excuse me. Throat's getting kind of sore. That's giving us some kind of weird effects too. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The smoke's a bit too intense. And yeah, that's like moving around needs to be almost like a little bit slower. Thicker at the core than this. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. I like the thicker at the core. I gotta figure out though why it was like going so fast there. Yeah, smoke that is. Yep. So I think it might be the turbulence that's doing that. So let's just bring this down a little bit. Let this catch up on the rendering. So in the emitter then, let's bring the lifespan down. So do something close to that. Can we do like when? Let's see here. Okay, so I'd use stock smoke. Never can get the smoke to look right. Smoke is too difficult to build from fast noise. This isn't fast noise though. This is particles. And I know for a fact you can get smoke to look pretty good. And so if you go up to your effects library, I'm just going to hide all this stuff here. Does anyone know a keyboard shortcut just to clear all the viewer windows? So it takes everything out of them. If you do, please let me know, because I'd like that. So if you come to particles here and go to burning engine, this is a big thing. It's actually not terrible, but if I brought this out and if we view this here, as you can see, it's like a burning engine effect. They have this on their promo page, and that's some pretty nice looking smoke if you ask me. Alright, the Pixplug is probably hoping to keep a procedural. Yes, I'm definitely making it procedural. That is what I want to do. I don't know if you're here for that, CB Super. I'm trying to make this as a preset that you can download, like my lightsaber preset. You'll be able to get it with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start playing with this some more. Do you think like the smoke particles need to be a little bit bigger? And yeah, the burning engine effect it's pretty cool. Do you think they need to be a little bigger? Cause yeah, I'd agree. It doesn't quite look right. And actually, let's go ahead and use this Mac control effect. Not caps lock. It's too, okay, I cannot type today, wow. Alright, we'll have the bitmap come into here. Is this just the background? Okay, so let's view this now. And can we just expand this? Yeah. So I guess this isn't exactly what I was thinking it'd be doing. And thus, does it need to be going into the foreground? I could just have like a I have one down here. Like that. Will this work? I'm not exactly sure how this node works, so I'm just going to go back to using my erode node. There. So now we'll just try and make this like a little bit bigger. And have that set to the region. Alright, it's time to read some chat. Okay. Maybe then spend some more time. I have explored that a good amount. It's using blobs, I believe. Or no, it's using NGN. And it's just like a crap ton of big ones. And then like the soft glow and stuff. So we'll definitely use soft glow on this. Let's try this. I don't know if this will help it make a little look a little more realistic. If we just bring up the size. I don't know. That's not really doing anything. But I mean that's looking decent for smoke, I would say. We have to definitely do like a fade out effect. And I also kind of want to make it so that as it gets farther away, it will like disperse a little more. I think someone said that. And I really like that idea, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. So let's see the flock. Age. Here we go. We can just adjust the age. That's cool. I think this just needs to be even smaller. So just like. So I'm not sure. Yeah. Let me grab some stock smoke effects. Like you were saying. So let's see, smoke. I personally use productioncrate.com, which is a great website for visual effects assets. I have a link. I can send that to you guys for you right now if you want. So you guys can go check it out. It is an affiliate link, so if you guys do sign up, please use this link. It'll help me out. But I'm just going to find some like small mist and smoke. Something like this. Let me just grab this link for you guys. Copy. And I'll send it in the chat here. So go ahead, use that link that I just sent. And I'll just find like a little bit. These are all like poof. You gotta find the right smoke asset here. But yeah, they've got a bunch of cool stuff on here. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's also what I noticed. So we could even just come down here and add a little bit of transparency to it. Or something like that. Alright, see you CB Super. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'll contact you on Discord about the whole situation about the community server so we can work together on that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Have a great day. Alright, I just got signed into productioncrate.com here. Right, let's see. I gotta go to I'll just search smoke. Soft smoke, maybe? I don't know if that's what I want. So I'll just have this up on my other monitor here so that I can kind of like be be watching it. Okay, so you said if you use a production crate asset, will it still work procedurally? And the reason, yes, no, I could make it work procedurally. It's just with, yeah, I guess I could do that. I could use some of the same stuff I used in my hand on fire effect, just to make it so that the fire like sways. But then also you'd need the license for the smoke, and it's paid production, so I cannot give that out. What am I making? So I am making almost add-on to my lightsaber preset that I made, and a lightsaber scratch. So here, I'll just view it without the smoke right now, and it's like a scratch on a wall effect. So this is what we've got so far. This is gonna be totally customizable that you guys will be able to download once I'm done. I'll make a full video on it. So it will not be done today. And there we go. The Pixel Plug answered it for you, probably before you could hear me say it. Alright, I think the decay effect is going a little fast now. I had sped it up because I didn't like how slow it was. So we'll slow it down again. Okay, so yeah, right now we're working on doing the smoke. If you have any suggestions on how to make realistic smoke, go ahead and let me know. Be my guest. We're trying to figure this out. It's kind of complicated. I think we have too much of a color variance in it personally. So smoke like that maybe. I mean, that's looking kind of cool. Let's see. I'm just gonna render out this animation just to see how it's looking. We should also add like a little bit of a fade in, just to make it look a little bit better. So let's check this out now. Yeah, it takes a little while for this. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Even if it's not related to this, I'll go ahead and answer them for you. Also, if you have any tutorial suggestions in the future, I would be happy to know them. Alright, so as you can see, that's looking okay. I think the smoke's moving like a little fast. I don't know about you. Lower the opacity, okay? Let's come in the blend here. Let's bring the opacity down. For some reason, I just don't like that. I don't think it... Here, could we lower the opacity over time then, maybe? Let's see here. Life. And the end here, we'll just make it black and transparent. I mean, I guess that's kind of the fade off effect. We could come here and just make it like a little softer. It needs to be black though for that. So I mean, something just a little more subtle like this maybe. Let's go ahead and render this out. I'm gonna have to be stopping the stream here soon. I have to go eat. I have been streaming for 2.5 hours now, so let me know if you guys want me to do this again. It's kind of hard. I don't really have a other way to contact you guys to let you know when I'm streaming or when I'm planning to stream, except for the new Discord server. So anyone that's new here, I am starting a Discord server for Davinci Resolve users, so you guys can chat on that, you know, just like hang out. You guys can ask questions, give feedback, share your projects, and a bunch of stuff like that. Also answer questions, of course. And it'll notify you of all my videos I upload, if I'm going to be streaming and a bunch of stuff like that. So here's a link right now to be invited to the server. It's still in prototype. I still have a bunch of stuff to work out, but eventually I will release it to everybody. So I actually really like this effect right now. I think it looks pretty cool. What do you guys think? I'll just wait for you guys to update here. That'd be cool if we can call it quits here. Maybe make a few more adjustments. Welcome to the server. I think that was someone coming. Yep, there we go. So we got a bunch of people in here today, so that's good, including another YouTuber. Do you ever have the problem of Davinci crashing during a render? So yes. So in making this, just this effect here in the last 2.5 hours, I probably crashed Davinci, what do you say, like 7 times? Anyone that's been here for a while? But that's inside of Fusion. So during a render, what do you mean by that? Because sometimes it'll like say like it cannot render a certain frame because of a Fusion composition or something. I've had that a bunch. But otherwise, just like rendering. On this computer, I have not. My past computer, I did, but I don't remember what I did to fix that, so I cannot help you there. And yeah, do you guys have some feedback for this effect? I only have a few people watching now, so I don't know if anyone here is chatting. I think we could even add like a little bit of a time speed to this, just to make it so it's a little bit ahead. No, that actually messed it up, so I don't want to do that. I'm actually gonna maybe come up and add a few more particles. That might make it look better. So yeah, if it's a fusion composition that you're having issues crashing, just wait. It's only me. Hard crash. Onto the desktop. Okay. What were you rendering? Was it just video clips or anything? And if you have the problems, I'm sure it's not just you. Fusion does have a bunch, or Davinci, sorry, I'm used to saying Fusion, has a bunch of bugs. And check the forums, see if anyone has any solutions. Otherwise, just wait till the next version. They update pretty frequently. Also, maybe try uninstalling it and reinstalling it, or redoing that effect. Maybe that's kind of what I've tried. But okay, wait. Yeah, my old computer have crashed to the point I needed to let it run out of battery. Ugh, that's fun. Yeah, well, go ahead and watch it. 2 hours of content. I plan on doing this in the future. I'm curious, was that you that joined the Discord server? If so, I'll try to do streams in the future. This was a lot of fun, guys. I'll think of some more topics, something like this, and then a Q&A on it as well. But yeah, I'm gonna be heading out now. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Send me messages, Discord server, or anything. If you guys have any questions, tutorial ideas, subscribe to my channel, and see you guys next time.